Hello and welcome to I will share with you how to become an interpreter in 10 steps. Before we start, I want to point out a few things. Although I named this video how to become an interpreter for autographic purposes, in reality this is more a roadmap how a majority of practicing interpreters I know, including myself, have become interpreters. Definitely, there's more than one way to achieve this. In a perfect world, we all would have this worthy opportunity to attend a prestigious university to get a Bachelor in Translation Interpreter followed by a master degree in Conference Interpreter with extended internship here and there to eventually become interpreters for United States nation and live happily ever after. We are not in a perfect world. An interpreter are needed in many situations for medical appointments, insurance claims, and even a wartime, as we are witnesses right now. They are not just needed interpreting conference or presidential speeches. So, anyway, I'm going to turn in here. The last thing I want to point out is the fact that I'm only speaking for personal experience based on where I work and the type of clients I have. Obviously, you're tuning from a different part of the world. This might apply to you as different country and different revelations for practice translation and interpretation. With that being said, let's get started. Obviously, the core skill needed to work as an interpreter is being highly proficiency in at least 2 languages. 2 languages already, and you're wondering if your proficiency is enough to work as an interpreter, you can take a language proficiency test. In my case, for example, I have a degree of higher educational institution in a country where Spanish is official language. Also, for the most excellent purposes, that alone can serve as a proof my proficiency in Spanish. However, I had a TOEFL exam to prove my proficiency in English, and majority I highly suggest you consider because some certification programs, employee and clients require this, and it can help boost your resume, much as dancing. Cousin where then doesn't make you a professional dancer. Being bilingual alone doesn't make us interpreters. I learned that the hard way when I started and had to take my first interpreter test, and in spite of knowing pretty much well or vocabulary that I didn't pass the actual interpreter classes, so take some classes. And I say that in plural because there's not one single course that will teach you absolutely everything that you need to know to work as an interpreter. You can start small and take a combination of short courses and workshops or webinars to learn about ethics and protocol, how interpreters are expected to work, where you want to work, and vocabulary related to that field. It's important to new resume as soon as possible, even you have little or no experience working as an interpreter. Preparing your resume will force you to assess your skills, and if you're transitioning different career fields, you can dig deep into your background to see what skills and experience can be transferred to create your new resume. Once your new resume is done, it will be easy create a LinkedIn profile. I can tell you I found the most clients through LinkedIn, and since I already made one video, some tips about how to make the best LinkedIn. I would like to invite you to check it out. Another very important step is to take time to learn about the language services industry. I suggest you do some research to learn about professional associations for interpreters, credentials, or certification in the field that you are interested in. Working in a company that hire or subcontract interpreters. Many interpreters have podcasts, YouTube channel, websites, and social media pages and work groups where you can learn a lot about the industry. Other step I suggest is joining a professional association because this offers a lot of advantages to all interpreters. To show that you are committed and engaged in a new career, it gives you unique opportunities to connect with other professionals in the industry. Plus, most associations offer regulation, educational opportunities at no cost, and at least to reduce costs. Once you know who's who and what's what, it's time to start posts about your new career in social media. So call it and reach out to others and ask for advice, ask questions, and participate in event in person to start building your network. If you are just there now, means you have little experience, and one great way to overcome that is through volunteering. No matter industry you in, doing volunteer work feels good or looks good in your resume. Resume offers is a lot of advantages because it gives you the opportunity to meet and help. It helps you develop and refine your skills, and it helps you gain some experience in this field. At this point, you should be ready to start applying for jobs. One thing you should know is in the industry, many opportunities are not actual jobs or traditional employment. In my experience, I would say the majority of listing contract work where you consider the supplier of the services to another company. You can find out a position on mainstream job search websites, but I suggest you visit a language services provider's website directly because many have special links where you can upload your resume and create profile even if there's no active listing or an open position, because you might be surprised by an offer when you least expect it. I hope this helped you bring some clarity as you embark into a new career field, and please remember that patience and perseverance are key in this process. It took me weeks and weeks of research, emails, filling out forms over and over, and tweaking my resume before I landed my first opportunity. If you are interested in this type of content, I would like to invite you to visit my new website where I have started a new blog and I post an article very frequently. I actually posted an article about this in the blog days before I posted this video here. So if you wanted to stay in the know, to make sure and make it down subscribe to the email list to get noticed. And this was for today. Thank you so much for watching. Adios.